Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sold with Updike Pugh.
I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh, and this is episode 307. And today we're going to show you a house over in Northwest Dallas on Meadowdale that is really quite a treasure.
It is. And then the second segment today, we're going to talk about it is spring, and the spring market is here, and what it takes to get listings ready for the spring market.
Are you ready? Can we help? So, what did you do last weekend, given that it was Easter?
You know, I went to, we hung out at my friend Bill and Daryl's for most of Saturday and really didn't do anything but sit around, watch TV, and chit chat and eat. And pretty much did the same thing on Sunday.
Ah,
At
good
a
for
different
you.
friend's house.
Good for you. We actually got together at in Weatherford, and my brother had come up, and my sister was there, and so there is always a project when the Pews get together, and so this was no exception. And so I think that we knocked down like 7 trees, cut them up into pieces, and left them there, and then they'll get picked up later. But it was in between the rainstorms, we did a lot. So
Y'all did have some pretty hectic rain. Was it Saturday night?
yeah, it was Saturday night. There was my phone was blowing up, and everybody was like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And we actually had the utility room cleared out because we were watching both online and on the TV, and for a split second, it looked like it was going to come right through us, and then it kind of like tilted a little more to the west, and then it just went not anywhere near us.
That's a crazy night.
I know, it was really bizarre. So, but let's talk a little bit about the market right now, because this is the spring season, and yeah, you're going to see things change real quickly.
You know, the coming soons are up 10%. The new active listings being down a little bit is the thing that surprises me. Option period, you know, there's been no change. There were still 361 of those that went into the option period last week.
So new active listings, because Easter is like we deferred 4.
You know
So
what,
I think that's what that is, Jeff.
Yeah.
I think that that's not anything to worry about. You know, you've got your pennies and your souls all trucking along. Here's a little quick, and mortgage rates are basically flatlined, and they are staying where they are at 6.8. But here's a quick question for you. What do you think the most expensive house was in dollar that came on the market last 7 days?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Was it the one that you saw on Brookshire?
I don't know what the address is. You'll have to text us if you want to know the address. But what price do you think it was?
Oh. The most expensive came on the market in the last 7 days. 8 million?
14.9.
Wow.
14.9. But here's the most interesting thing. When you look at averages versus median, the average price in the last 7 days was $667,000. But the median was $385,000. That is it. When you and I pull numbers and comps, we want them to be as close together as we can. And this is so interesting. That's $300,000 separation.
That 14 million threw it off.
100%.
Yeah.
That's why you really have to dig.
Yeah.
That's why, like, we're going to talk about a little bit in the second half about the market, and this is one of those things, like diving into numbers and knowing what they really mean, and then how to isolate the best comps for you.
Makes sense.
All right.
So let's talk about our home today. This is 4315 Meadowdale Lane. This is a really great neighborhood, Northwest Dallas. I say Northwest, it's really north more than west.
I know, but if you
South
don't say Northwest, it just
LBJ.
doesn't work right, does it?
No, but it's a fantastic neighborhood from a location perspective.
I love it. I mean, Midway is your best friend coming north and south. It makes it extremely easy. I did not realize that 635 going north, catching 635, follow that around. You were at the north entrance of the DFW airport in, I guess, 17 minutes.
Yeah, it's very quick.
And then head south and get to Love Field on Midway, and you're there in 7 minutes. I don't want to say I'm spoiled, but dang, this is a great location.
And you've got some really great grocery stores in the neighborhoods. We've got those pulled up in purple on the map. You've got a variety of stores there. You've got Trader Joe's, you've got Sprouts Farmers Market, a Whole Foods Market, you have a Central Market. I mean, we didn't even include the Tom Thumbs.
We didn't.
There are grocery stores galore.
There are, and I didn't include Walmart, I didn't include Target, but these are, I think you and I discussed like kind of showing people proximity, like you can see that the house is right there in the green, and the grocery stores we've kind of highlighted in a different color, just to kind of help you understand. One of the things that people always want to know in the neighborhood, dry cleaners. And so the dry cleaners are, this is Tide. This is a great one. They will send you a text, an email when your orders or when it's time to pick up. They have 24-hour drop off. Everyone is extremely friendly, and they have never lost nor damaged any of my clothes.
Wow, interesting.
Knock on wood.
That's a great testimonial.
Yeah.
And if you want to live in this neighborhood, one of the things that you can do is you can pump it up.
So, okay, so Jason and I struggle with this because he and I are used to gyms that are like straight lift. So if you're looking for just a lift, you've got Sweat, John Reed, Fitness Connection, and LA. They're good. Each one of them has a default or a defect, but they get the job done. But what surprises me, and we did not include all these when we were doing the research, the number of private studios, whether it's Pilates, whether it's a mixed class, whether it's Orange Theory, Soul Cycle. I think that over in Preston Center, if you were to take and like separate what is the most common or what is the most rented space for, you're going to find that it's for private gyms, for training, for Orange Theory, and then it'll be restaurants. It was so unique. So if people say, there's not a gym, yes, there are.
Lots of them.
Lots of these.
Lots of gyms, lots of grocery stores, and at least one really good dry cleaner.
I know, all you need is one good dry cleaner. And the gas stations are at the end of Midway, 635, and at Midway. So, I mean, everything you want is right there.
So let's talk about this home.
Let's talk about it.
This is a truly incredible home. 4315 Meadowdale Lane. This is a 3-bedroom home, but with 3 full baths, but it does have another room that we both believe has been opened up into living area that could be a 4th bedroom very, very easily, with a Jack and Jill bath.
You know, this house, we've uploaded all of the receipts and created an extensive feature sheet, but the owner of this house had so much pride and took such meticulous care of this house. It is a blank canvas waiting for you to come in and make this entire house your own. The floor plan is amazing. I like that there is versatility, whether you keep the current floor plan or you kind of open it up or close off some of it, you have a lot. And you see here, what we're looking at is a really great dining room with nice windows, parquet floors. Keep those. I would imagine keeping these would be an excellent kind of like discussion piece, but what a family room.
It really is. And as you were saying, the owner's done all of the core hard work to this. All of the plumbing, even all that under the foundation, has been replaced with PVC lines. This home's had a new roof put on in the last 5 years. These built-ins are incredible. I mean, if you had to build these right now or put these into a home, they would be so expensive, but they're here.
Yeah, and I liked also the fact that there's natural light from the skylights that were here, and about, I don't know, 5 years ago, I believe, on the feature sheet, he replaced all of the skylights. So you've got really great light, as you see here. This is that space right here that's off of the living room, and it has the ability to either go back to a bedroom, is what we think it was, or leave it as its current configuration. It has, as we say, a lot of potential in this house. You can see that it's really large. Windows were also redone. So this is a house that you put your flooring in, put your paint in, it is move-in ready, or just jump into it the way it is.
Yeah, it really, there's nothing you have to do when you move into this. Granite countertops here in the kitchen, stainless steel appliance package, does have the double oven, undermount sink. The cabinetry is well laid out. Yeah, I don't think I'd have to do a thing to the cabinetry.
So you don't, but you know, if you wanted to, I mean, this is an enormous kitchen. And the great thing is everybody wants that great family room and the kitchen to work together. And it is an easy address if you wanted to make that happen. Lots of space. It is a really great eat-in kitchen as well. You've got plenty of work surface here. You've got what we call that the breakfast nook right here. Now, I love the breakfast nook because it actually overlooks the patio. So whether you're actually out there enjoying it or you're just watching, this is a great place just to coffee, everything.
Well, it's kind of the breakfast, yes, the breakfast nook, but it is truly a breakfast room.
Yeah,
You know, it is like the location and the view, the lighting, everything is
So
all there for that really to be it. This is the mother-in-law suite side of the house. This has a full bedroom with this full bathroom, and then another room that could be the living room for this side of the house. So if you have some kind of multi-generational or blended family, you've got not only the living space, but you've got the private space out on the side of the house here. This would be another side of the house that you could do all kinds of things in. Just throw a table out there, put a jungle gym out there, put a sandbox out there.
dog run.
Yeah, it is. I mean, so much flexibility over on this side of the home.
It's already fenced. They did a really nice privacy set of hollies right there, as you see. It's larger than you think right here. Again, it also has skylights, but it's a really great value add because it doesn't actually connect to the other backyard. So if you need to separate from the pool, you've got that ability.
And here's your primary bedroom that is on the opposite side of the home. This has these windows with plantation shutters that look out over the pool, giving you a really, really great view. You have direct access to the pool and the hot tub. You've got two big closets is one of the things about this house. You have
Storage.
closets and storage everywhere. You open this up and it's got these built-ins there already, but when you get into the master bath, primary bath, it's also going to have a couple of big closets.
So on the floor plan that we have that we'll upload, you'll also see how large this room is. This has access directly outside. One of the upgrades was to actually, I believe, replumb this for gas.
And that was also, this room was damaged in one of the storms, and that was also a new fireplace.
So amazing. So tons of space in this master, tons of space in this bathroom right here. And as you can see, again, we're going to talk about natural light. We've got additional skylights inside of the shower with 2 shower heads, seating. It's excellently laid out. You can change it up just a little bit or step out here onto a private courtyard on this side off the shower. And you could put even another seating area, or you could put a really great outdoor shower.
That would be a great place because you've got the privacy, but it's still outdoors. This is the third bedroom that we were talking about that has a full bath attached to it, double sinks, tub shower combo. There's a commode around behind the door. Where that towel bar is where we believe the doorway went into that other room.
Now, as we come outside, we've got multiple points to get out here, and it's covered. This roof line continues from the actual family room. As you can see here when we step back, that red gate will actually close completely, so it's really an easy way and nice way to secure the pool. Flagstone around. This also has a waterfall and an in-pool spa.
And he's had much of this coolcrete redone on the decking, which is really nice as opposed to having raw concrete. It just maintains a little cooler temperature in the Texas summer. The waterfall on this pool is really amazing.
So this is 0.44 of an acre, and as you can see here, this is where you really get to enjoy that space. Lots of room between you and your neighbors. What we did was we created a 2D floor plan, as you can see here. Allows you to walk in and see this firsthand. As you can see, there's a lot of space. One of the things we forgot to mention is over in the secondary living room, there is a sauna.
So 4315 Meadowdale Lane is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, could be a 4-bedroom pretty easily. 2-car garage with rear entry built in 1968, a little over 3,400 square feet and priced at $1,245,000.
So we are actually going to have this open this Sunday from 1 to 3. We'd love for you to come on by. What we've done is also provide a link in the comments. Click on that link, share it with your friends and family, tell them to come out and see us. We will be there and would love to see you guys.
And with that, we'll be right back. Did you know there are a lot of ways you can keep up with us? For starters, every Wednesday at noon, we host Sold with Updike Pugh, live from our Facebook and YouTube channels. Our show is dedicated to featuring some of the best homes in the Dallas market and about sharing timely information about market trends. But don't worry if you missed the show, because you can always listen to them on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Spotify.
Still want more? Follow us on Instagram, where you get a first-hand look at what it's like to be a realtor. It's not always previewing homes for clients or getting them ready to go live in MLS. Lastly, visit our website and you'll be able to create a custom home search tailored specifically to your wants and needs that's timely and accurate. Whether it's square foot, location, or the neighborhood, we have you covered.
If you'd like to know how much your home is worth, we can help with that too. Just visit homeprice.fyi, enter a few pieces of information like your home address, and we'll email you a price. When you're ready to talk real estate, you can reach us online, by phone, or by text at 214-377-2223.
And remember, we want to be realtors for life.
Hi everybody, welcome to the second segment, episode 306, Sold with Updike Pugh. I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh, and today we are going to talk about it's go time and why the spring market hits different.
It really does.
And the people that are winning right now, I know that we've got a lot coming on, are the ones that we have been talking to since January.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just kind of like, if you can't properly bring your house on the market in 10 days.
No,
we've done it. It's hard.
Yeah.
But to do it right and
Mm-hmm.
to get everything in place, I think that focusing on Q2 as go live, because we're in this funny time period where school's not out, so everybody still has a normal routine. We're done with the holidays. Easter is like one of the last big ones.
Mm-hmm.
Memorial Day would be next, but we've got this nice 6-week gap where we can actually concentrate.
Mm-hmm.
And we even see our marketing department with Dave Merrell, Ebby, and Williams True is doing a massive open house event this weekend where there'll be a lot of marketing going on.
And there's a lot of people coming back into the market right now, which I think is going to feed more fuel to the fire this spring. Spring is, for a lot of reasons, just the really go time, because people they've been stuck in their house during the winter months, and they're ready to get out. They're ready to go see things.
And don't you think that interest rates, though they're not 6.5, but they are staying with under 7, and they've been consistent, don't you think that gives confidence and a pause? I don't have to worry, am I going to get the best rate? It's kind of calm right now.
I agree.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a thing.
We talked about the valuing listings and how we come up with potential pricing on them, and I think one of the things we really try to do is try to look at it from the perspective of an appraiser, not just the perspective of a realtor, because the difference between the two is realtors traditionally look at dollar per square foot of sales in a neighborhood, and that's kind of where they stop many times. To me, that's a really good place to kind of jump off from.
Right.
But you've got to really look in detail at those comps, and instead of making yours compare with all of those, we take the approach to make all of those adjust to where we think our listing should be priced.
And I think that we want to educate our sellers as much as we can. We're taking 2 of them out tonight that we're listing their house to show them the actual competition, so they have a firsthand knowledge and know where their stack's at. Because I think it's so important for that seller to have that information and to feel very confident that the number that we're putting on is the very best number.
Right. And like you said, it's not, strategy is the goal, or is the key. It's not the speed. And you've got to have that strategy to maximize your ROI on what you're bringing to the market in the spring.
And I think that's one of the things that you and I really focus on when we're talking to sellers about getting that house forward, because sometimes they have a very unrealistic expectation. It is completely HGTV inspired, and those items don't work in our market. We don't need you to do those, or they're blind to the fact that this is going to be something that all buyers are going to have a problem with. And so I think that we're good at helping them shave off the rough spots and maximizing what money they spend in their timetables.
Yeah, and I mean, it's trying to maximize their money from day one.
100%. 100% on that, because they'll get nuts. The other thing too is we've had clients who have said, the foundation company came out and said, I need 38 piers and 12 of them will break out through the slabs. And we're like, well, what did the engineer say? And it was at that point when the engineer came out and said, I think you have a water leak. And there was no
We
need.
need to fix that first.
Yeah.
And then we need to wait 6 months. Then we need to do the
And so it
foundation
allowed
work.
us to set the house up, even though it was behind.
Yeah.
We waited and got it on right correctly, not quickly.
It is definitely a process of assessing condition of a house, figuring out where that house is going to be and how much time that's going to take, getting the photographers in there, getting stagers in there if we need to. You know, sometimes you've got to get a painter in there before you can get the stagers in there.
Because you and I are always super focused on that first 48 hours. Like when it goes live, we call it lights, camera, action, and you've got to be very flexible and ready to be out at a moment's notice. The first 10 days are your pent-up buyers who are ready, who know what's on the market, and they're pulling triggers. And it's because, like you said, we've got the painters, we've got the stagers, we've got the photographers, we've got our video editor here that does all of our marketing, Zach, who is brilliant. And it's all of that has to come together at that like 1 minute. That makes a difference.
And that's what gets you offers and what gets you into contract.
Yes, and you know the big thing too is that we want to decrease stress, because selling and moving and buying, these three things are some of the most stressful things besides death and divorce.
Well, and they're usually caused by other stressful things in life, which
That's true.
death, divorce, marriage, birth, kids going to school, kids moving back home, parents
Relocation.
moving in, relocation, job change. Yeah, it's all of those.
We really, I think, pride ourselves in like diffusing, not escalating, and being really communicative proactively so that they don't come to us and be like, what's happening?
Yeah. You know, navigating, we used to have to navigate multiple offers all the time.
Yeah.
Now we try to do that because, you really, the best position for your seller to be in is, having multiple offers the first few days.
Love those multiple offers, sharpen them up against each other, see who's going to be the best one and who's going to come forward.
So I would like to say that we have been very fortunate that we get to work with some really nice people.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of our clients that are, most of them are very reasonable people. I think we're very lucky from that perspective.
I think it's interesting because I feel like we have gotten such good clients as our base that they refer equally good clients. And I love that about them. And we've been lucky. I think that we've got multiple clients who we've done 8+ transactions with. And I love it when they refer us to their friends, but more, I love it when they refer their family members to us.
I do too.
I think that's amazing.
Yeah. So hope this has made a little bit of sense to you. It's kind of what we go through in the spring markets, what we're going through right now with several listings that are coming on. The Meadowdale that we talked about today is a great example of people really doing all the heavy lifting, getting an end product out there that we could sell very, very easily. So thank you to everybody that we work with.
We really appreciate it. And we also want you to remember we want to be your realtors for life.
When you're ready to talk real estate, you can reach us online, by phone, or by text at 214-377-2223.
And remember, we want to be your realtors for life.